Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing another foundation first impressions, which I haven't done one of these on my channel in a very long time, but I'm very excited about this one because one, it is a drugstore foundation, so all of you, it's very easily affordable and accessible, easy to find, and two, it is a brand new foundation that hasn't even gone up yet. Well, when I'm filming this, the foundation hasn't even been released in stores yet, but it will be in June for sure. And today we are doing the first impressions on the new COVERGIRL TruBlend Matte Made Foundation. So here is what the packaging looks like here. If you guys watch my vlogs, I did do a PR unboxing of all of this, and I have so many shades. So I'm just going to put my hair back a little bit, and as far as like the condition of my skin, it's not too bad. I do have like a few breakouts over here and all that stuff, nothing too major. And along with the foundation, I also have 4 new COVERGIRL TruBlend Base Business Primers, and here's what they look like here. So we have 4 different ones. We have a pore minimizing one, we have a illuminating one, a skin smoothing primer, and we also have a color neutralizing primer. So I think today I'm going to use the pore minimizing primer because I have used this before and I do really like it. I think I'm also going to try L30, which is Golden Ivory, and let's see, what's another one? I want to try a medium shade. I think I'm going to try M15, which is Buff Beige, and let me see, and then maybe L80, which is True Ivory. So I'm just gonna like kind of swatch it on the bottom part of my face. That way we can kind of get a better grip of like what's gonna match better. So basically, if you guys obviously don't know anything about this foundation, this is a matte foundation that is supposed to be transfer resistant. It's supposed to last 12 plus hours a day. It's supposed to keep oil under control. The PR package that I got, there is 40 different shades going from the lightest light to the darkest dark, and personally I think that they did a really good job with the shade range because I feel like back when I was in high school they didn't have very many shades of foundation. I feel like it was just light, medium, dark, but nowadays like there's just so many different colors and it just works a lot better. So I feel like every skin tone out there, every skin color out there can find a foundation in this collection that will fit really well with you. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and start swatching just some of these on my face just to see what we got here. Okay, so that one is obviously way too light for me. This is the Golden Ivory. This is definitely more like yellow toned. This next one is True Ivory, which this one looks a little bit better than the Golden Ivory. The Golden Ivory is just too yellow toned, but that one doesn't look too bad. This one is L80, and I'm gonna try this medium one, which is Buff Beige. And their ranges go from light, medium, tan, deep. So it's not just like light and dark, like they have different tones in between as well. Ooh, that one's even better. Okay, so this one right here is the Buff Beige, True Ivory, and Golden Ivory. So I think actually for this video, I'm going to mix a little bit of L50 and L80 together. So I'm gonna mix these 2 shades together because I think these 2 together would be like a really good match. As you guys can kind of see, I don't know, I just think it matches really well. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so I moved you guys in a little bit closer so you could see better. So first we are gonna start out with the primer, and this is again the COVERGIRL TruBlend Base Business, and this is the Pore Minimizing Primer. I'm just gonna take a good amount of this on my fingers and then start blending it into the skin. I don't usually wear primers when I do foundation first impressions, but I really need a primer today because my skin just needs it. All right, so my skin is primed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a pump of the Buff Beige and I'm gonna take a pump of True Ivory and just kind of like mix them together a little bit with my finger. So I'm just going to take a decent amount of this for our first coat. And if we need more, we can just build it up. So then I'm just gonna take a damp beauty blender and very lightly start tapping all over the skin and start building up that coverage. Alright, so I think the color, at least in person, the color looks pretty darn good. I don't know how it's picking up on camera, but it literally looks just like my skin tone, but better obviously because there's no imperfections. So as I'm blending this out, the first thing I am seeing is it seems to be blending pretty okay. Like I don't have too many complaints about that. And I do have nose retainers in from work, but I'm just gonna pop those out so I can blend over my nose. There we go. Okay, so that is the first layer all blended out. It looks really light on camera, but I swear to God, in person, you guys, like the color is absolutely perfect. I'm probably gonna keep an even darker shade to use throughout like the summer months when I have like a tan, but right now I'm not very tan and the color is absolutely perfect. I am going to do a second coat. I'm not gonna do a very heavy second coat. I do notice that it is clinging to a dry patch that I have on my nose. But other than that, I have zero complaints, which that could be because I did not moisturize this morning. I just washed my face and put primer on. Like I didn't put moisturizer on, so that could have been my own fault. But yeah, this looks really good. So like I said, I'm just gonna take another quick layer. I'm going to do light dotting all over my face just to kind of build up another layer. And I'm just gonna do this like piece by piece because I don't wanna get too crazy with it because I don't want it to start looking cakey. So that's just what I would recommend, but this is definitely a matte foundation and I love matte foundation, so that is perfect for me. So I'm just very lightly dotting in the second layer all over my skin. And I'm gonna take whatever's left over and kind of just blend down my neck and on my chest because I am going to be 25 years old and I struggle with chest acne. It's a really good time, but this foundation is covering it really nicely. It's really, really important to, whenever you wear foundation, whether it matches you perfectly or it doesn't match you at all, make sure that you are blending down onto your neck and underneath your chin area as well. I feel like a lot of people always forget this area because you don't see it, but if someone is like walking and they see under you, they're just gonna see this like big unblended area. So I always just like to blend my foundation down onto my neck, under my chin, onto my chest a little bit. And it looks like it went over the first layer really, really well. Like I actually like it a lot more than I did a second layer. I feel like this foundation wouldn't be a good fit for someone who has like really dry skin. I feel like if you have more like oily skin, I feel like it would go really well. If you do have drier skin, I would totally recommend maybe mixing it with like a moisturizer or mixing it with a primer or definitely a very hydrating setting spray because this is so matte. Like there is absolutely no shine on my face whatsoever. Looking up close, it looks like it's kind of gathering again more on that dry spot on my nose and kind of up here in my like eyebrow-ish area. But other than that, it looks really good. When I smile, it doesn't look too cakey. So yeah, that is so far so good. So far I really don't have any complaints other than it kind of clinging to that dry spot on my nose, but then again, that could be from me not moisturizing this morning. So I'm gonna set those two foundations aside and now we can move on to concealer. And then the concealer that I'm gonna be using today is also by COVERGIRL. This is the COVERGIRL Vitalist Healthy Concealer. I got this in the last PR package that they sent me and I love this concealer. As you can see, I have used quite a bit of it here and it's one of those like twist up. So I just twist up whatever I need and I just start applying it in all the areas that I need to conceal. So now that the concealer is all blended out, I look very full coverage. I look very matte, which I'm not complaining about. I'm just gonna finish off the rest of my face makeup and then as per usual with my foundation first impressions, I will come back throughout the day and let you guys know how it is wearing, how it is looking, how it feels. Right off the bat, how it feels, it doesn't feel too heavy. It's not very sticky either. I mean, it is a little bit sticky, but then again, everything is still like kind of settling into my skin and I still haven't even put powder on. Okay, so for powder today, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock It Translucent Setting Powder. I just have this little sample size here and I'm just going to use a little bit of this to set my face. Okay, and then for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. Again, another sample size. And it just looks like this. Very pigmented. I have not used this in a hot minute, so why not today? And I'm just going to start bronzing up into my temples and on my cheek area. I am not one to contour. I really prefer bronzing over contouring, so that's why I like to do that. Oh, and it smells so good. It smells like a chocolate cookie. And then I am going to bring that bronzer down underneath my chin area to kind of make my jaw pop. See how it does that? All right, and once I'm all bronzed up, I'm going to put on a little bit of blush. And I'm just going to be using another sample. Haha, who's surprised? This one is the Tarte Partey blush, and I really like this. I'm doing like a really crazy eye makeup look today, so I don't want my blush to be like too crazy, but I just want like a little hint of color in my skin. All right, and then since we covered up most of my eyebrows with the foundation, I'm just going to fill them in a little bit. And for that, I'm using the COVERGIRL Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, and this is in rich brown, so the darkest one that they have. And I've used this quite a few times, and I do really, really like it. It has a very, very tiny point, so you can get like right in there and be very, very precise with your brows, which I like. And again, I'm not doing anything like crazy. I'm not changing the shape of them or anything. I'm just following the natural shape and just making the color stand out just a little bit more. Okay, so eyebrows are done, and the very last step to this is, of course, setting spray. And for that, I'm using another COVERGIRL product. Don't worry, this video is not sponsored. This is the COVERGIRL Look Lock Up All Day Setting Mist. So I'm just going to take this and deliberately spray this all over my face. Okay, and this is what the face looks like all finished up. The time right now is 11:34 in the morning, so again, I'm getting a little bit of a late start, but not too bad. I do have some stuff to do today. I have more filming to do, and I'm also taking my dad to Walmart today, so I am going to be out and about, so we will have to see how this foundation wears. We'll have to see if it transfers, gets oily, starts gathering and starts getting cakey, you know, all the stuff that you don't want out of a foundation, but I have a lot of faith in this. Everything looks really good. I am going to move you guys in a little bit closer so I can show you more of what my overall skin looks like, and then as per usual, I will come back throughout the day every couple hours and do check-ins and let you guys know how it's wearing and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at my skin. Alright, so here's a more up-close view of what my skin looks like. As you can see, very, very matte. Excuse my lips, I need to put chapstick on. But yeah, very matte, very flawless. It covered up my blemishes really nice. I mean, you can still see them because they are like 3D, but as far as like redness and all that, you can't see anything except my beautiful blush color. So I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really good. And yeah, I have no complaints so far. What I was talking about, like as far as like gathering, like I'm talking about like this area right here on my nose, and then this area up here by my eyebrow. It's nothing too bad, nothing I can't work with. So yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you think of it so far, and I will come back in a couple hours and let you know how it looks. So I will see you guys then. Bye. Hey guys, so I'm here to do my very first check-in on the COVERGIRL TruBlend Matte Made Foundation. It is currently 1:16 in the afternoon, so it's been almost 2 hours since I have applied the foundation, which gives it more than enough time to kind of sink into my skin. Yes, I know the makeup I'm wearing is very, very dramatic. I just filmed it, just finished, literally, so you guys will see it. But overlooking, now that it's been on and sunken into my skin, it still looks really good. Like, I really like it. It's very flawless. It is very full coverage, that is for sure. And it's also very, very matte, so keep that in mind as well. But after having like all my makeup on, highlighter, blush, bronzer, everything, I feel like it's settling into my skin okay. There are some parts where it has gathered, like in my smile lines and around my nose area, and also in my forehead whenever I do this, because my expression lines and all that, like it has sunken into those a little bit, but that's just kind of the stuff that I'm used to with the foundation. I still really like it. I like the way it looks. I like that my face looks completely flawless. The good news is no, it has not transferred onto anything yet. I'm actually going to do the Kleenex test really quick and I don't look oily. Like the only shine that you are seeing on my face right now is just highlighter that I have applied myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a clean Kleenex right here and I'm going to start pressing on my face to see if it has transferred anywhere. Well, the Kleenex looks pretty darn clean. Like I don't see any signs of where the makeup has rubbed off anywhere. So yeah, so far it is transfer resistant. Like I'm sure obviously if you took like your fingernails and like dug at it, it would obviously transfer, but so far I don't have really anything to complain about. I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. Let me know what you guys think of it so far. I am going to do some running around right now and I will do my checkup in another few hours when I return, but I wanted just to quickly stop in and let you know how it looks after settling into my skin and all that good stuff. So I will talk to you guys in just a little bit. Bye! Hey guys, I am here to do another check-in on the foundation that I'm wearing. So the last time I checked in, I think it was a little bit after 1 o'clock. And it is currently 5:52 p.m. So it's been about another 4-ish hours since my last check-in, and I ran some errands, I was out and about, I was out in the heat, I was doing stuff, grocery shopping, all that. So I really got to put the foundation to the test, and it still looks really good to me. It looks like the color has oxidized just a tiny bit. And one thing that I thought was really cool that I thought I would let you guys know about is I had sunglasses on. It was maybe about a 25-minute drive to the grocery store and back. So about an hour of driving today, and I had sunglasses on the entire time. And as you can see, it did not rub away any of the foundation where it was sitting on my nose. Like you could see where the sunglasses were, but there isn't any like definite signs of the foundation like wearing off or anything. I still think it looks really good. I could wear this for another few hours with just a quick powder touch-up. I will say that it is still pretty matte, except for a little tiny bit on my forehead region, as you guys are seeing that little bit of shine. But other than that, I have zero complaints about it. I was asking my sister like what she thought of it from like her point of view, and she said it looks good and it looks pretty much the same all day. Like it's a pretty consistent wear. She just said it looks really thick. So I did do 2 coats of this and not just 1, so I feel like if maybe I would have just done 1 coat and instead of 2, then it wouldn't be grouping as much. Yeah, I'm still really happy with it. What do you guys think of it? Do you think it looks pretty good? Do you think it looks cakey? You'll have to let me know what you think at this point. So yeah, I'm going to probably do one more check-in before I remove it for the night. I just wanted to stop by real quick and give you guys another quick little update on how it's doing. I am going to go remove my acrylics and put some extensions in my sister's hair, and that'll probably take a few hours, and I will do one more check-in. So stay tuned. Bye guys. Hey guys, I'm here to do my final check-in on the CoverGirl TruBlend Matte Made Foundation. It has been on for, let's see, it's 9:45, so maybe a little more than 10 hours so far. I have to make this my last check-in because I have to get out very, very early for work tomorrow, so I can't stay up any later than this. So I wanted to just come by and let you guys know how it looks. So as you can see, I do have my ring light on right now. That's why it looks like really really bright. But I am definitely a lot more shiny than I was earlier. I do, like I said, I do have highlighter on, but a lot of that is just my oily skin. Another thing is that it looks like it has oxidized maybe a little bit more, but nothing too bad. Like it doesn't look horrible, it doesn't look orange. You can just tell that the color has gotten a little bit darker throughout the day. So I'm just going to take a tissue and just start dabbing it on the face. Alright, so here's what the tissue looks like. That is honestly not freaking bad for being on for that many hours and only that little bit coming off. And my face still looks pretty decent. Like if I had to go somewhere like right this second, I could probably get away with it. I would for sure probably need a powder touch-up, but other than that, everything looks really good. My skin still looks really flawless. It does look like it has rubbed off in like this one little area, but I don't know how that would have happened because I wasn't really like rubbing on anything. It doesn't look like it has gathered anymore. It definitely settled into a few of my wrinkles on my forehead. And then just like the little spots that I mentioned in the beginning. But I think the one thing I like about it the most is how flawless it made my skin look. It was a little bit thick, so I would maybe do, instead of doing like 2 full coats, I would maybe do like 1.5. I want to know what your opinions are down in the comments. What do you think of this foundation? Do you think it looked good on my skin? Do you think it didn't look good on my skin? Let me know, be honest, I can take it. Yeah, that is everything that I have for this foundation first impressions. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would, because I like trying new foundations, and I'm really glad I got to try this one because it's a matte foundation. I love matte foundations, so I would recommend it for you guys to try. But that is everything that I have. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you give a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to go down and subscribe to my channel. But until then, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!